Hey everyone, welcome to Fashion Flirt. I'm Anna, and this is my channel for exploring fashion and personal style. So thank you for joining me today. I'm so happy to have you here. Today we're going to be discussing a very juicy topic. It's one of my most favorite things to discuss in the fashion realm, and that is assembling a fall and winter wardrobe. There are three elements that I try to keep in mind when I'm, putting together a wardrobe of any kind, whether it's fall and winter, spring, summer, something else entirely. And those three elements are, number one, the basics. You have to have good basics in your wardrobe because they set the foundation for the whole ensemble. And we'll get into that. We'll get into all these elements a little bit more. But yeah, number one is basics. Number two are current trends that are ongoing for the season. And I love trends because they do kind of, I think if you work them the right way, they can be really refreshing to a wardrobe and just put a fun twist on all of your outfits. And number three, something that's very important to me is color scheme. Because if you have a general color scheme that goes together for your entire wardrobe, you can really maximize the number of outfits that you have, and you can always look pulled together no matter what. So those are the three things: basics, trends, and color scheme. So let's dig into it. Okay, so let's talk about basics. Now, you'll hear a lot of advice about what constitutes a good set of basics in a wardrobe. And I find a lot of the advice out there is kind of a one-size-fits-all perspective on basics, and I don't find it very helpful. A lot of times you'll read, for a woman, like a good set of basics is having a pea coat, a nice pair of trousers, an Oxford shirt, and a classic reliable pump for a shoe. And and that's good advice, but it doesn't necessarily fit everyone's lifestyle. And so I think really to make it the most useful for you, think about what you do every day, and what you need to wear to do those things. So for instance, for me, I have a 9-to-5 job, and I work in an office that is business casual, and I don't see clients face to face or anything, but I generally just have to look neat and well put together, but nothing super dressy or flashy. It would look kind of weird if I overdressed like that in a lot of cases. So for me, my basics are a nice pair of jeans, like no holes or anything, just like classic dark or light wash, or colored jeans are great. Crisp tees for layering, or blouses are really great. And then for shoes, just like a nice pair of shoes. I tend to do like closed-toed shoes or booties. I love booties; those are great. Those are my basics, and that's what I go to for a nice foundation in my wardrobe. And I always have something to wear that looks nice and I always have something to wear that looks nice and presentable for what I'm doing. So I put my best foot forward without, being distracting in my environment. So just think about what you do on a daily basis and what you need to do those things comfortably and feel you rest doing them. Some examples of basics in my wardrobe are like a nice crisp t-shirt, nice and white, and it's great for layering. I wouldn't necessarily wear this on its own. It's a little dressed down for where I work, but yeah, put a sweater over it, wear it underneath, a button down or something, just have like a nice casual look, and it's comfortable. Another thing that I love, I love turtlenecks. I love turtlenecks so much because they're comfortable. It's like wearing a t-shirt, but they always look a little more dressy. And these are really great. This one's really soft. And yeah, you can put a nice chunky necklace on it or something. And it's so easy to get dressed in the morning because I have, it's a navy color, so it goes with everything. It's really great. So those are a couple of examples of just some like t-shirts, but like as far as, blouses go, I have, some button downs, but I could pair it with like a nice pair of jeans or something so it doesn't look super dressy. Like if I were to wear like, some, black trousers or something, it wouldn't look bad, but it might be a little overdressed for my workplace. I mean, I don't know. And that's not the worst thing to happen, but I probably wouldn't feel super comfortable being that overdressed at my workplace. Another great one are, just like sweaters or something. Sweaters and a nice pair of jeans for me. It's great. So those are the things I focus on when I'm shopping. Oh, yeah, and also jeans. Just have some nice jeans that fit. Like I said, I like a light wash, a dark wash, and then I have some black jeans, and then like a fun seasonal color as well. So it's pretty simple to find those things, because a lot of times they're just classic pieces that most stores will have. The thing to keep in mind about basics is that they should above all else be comfortable and fit you well, because they are the pieces in your wardrobe you're probably going to be wearing the most often. And you can pay more money for some higher quality ones, or if you feel like no matter what you just end up wearing them to death, then find the price point you want for your basics, but always make sure they're comfortable and fit well. Moving on to element number 2, we have trends. What's trending? Well, I took a look at this on your behalf for fall and winter 2019. Sorry, I'm a little behind probably all the other fashion vlogs, but here we are. So I actually had kind of a tough time pinning down where they were going in the fashion world with the trends this year. Usually there's some really key trends I find, but this year it seemed all over the place. Maybe that's just my read on it. But anyway, I made a list of the most common ones I found as I searched the internets for for ideas and for information. So as far as color goes, we have millennial purple, which is kind of like a lighter lilac-y purple. There's also pistachio, jewel tones, and gold. For prints, we have a wild animal, moody florals, and plaid. Texture-wise, there's leather on leather on leather. I mean, you should have seen some of these fashion shows. I thought they were just gonna like haul in like a whole herd of cattle to like get their point across. But anyway, so leather on leather on leather, fur, feathers, satin, fleece, lace, knits, I guess. I don't know. I think they meant like chunky sweaters, but anyway. And then for cuts, we have like square necklines, asymmetrical necklines, ruffled necklines, long hems specifically for coats and jackets. And then we have cinched suits. And then for accessories, there's the itty bitty bag, which I think is so not functional. Some people might be all about it. I think it's a waste of money. That is just me, and it's my channel, so I'm going to say it. And then there's also chunky necklaces and square sunglasses. The overall influences were 70s, 80s, and 90s. So, I mean, that's a pretty broad range. That's like 30 years to choose from as far as like fashion inspiration. So, I don't know. There you have it. Now, the thing with trends, the way you work them into a wardrobe is not to just go out and buy, like, and be a poster child for, trends of fall 2019 or whatever season it is. What I like to do is I like to go through the different elements like I just listed. I like to find some things that I can work into the wardrobe that I already have going in a certain way. And also trends that, fit who I am and, would look good on me. Because not all trends are going to look good on you. So don't feel like you have to wear it just because it's the in thing to do. Sometimes you just got to say no. I find the easiest kinds of trends to incorporate into a wardrobe are those that are in relation to colors or prints that are popular at the time. And texture's pretty easy too. Cuts, unfortunately, some cuts just don't look good on everybody, and just be mindful of that. And okay, if a square neckline isn't gonna look good with your natural curvature and things like that, don't force the issue. You don't need to wear it, it's fine. And then as far as accessories go, um, again, those are pretty, they seem like they'd be easy to incorporate, but some of them are just so impractical and silly, and a lot of times kind of tacky looking, that I don't even like to mess with it unless it's something that I already have in my wardrobe anyway and want to play up more. Otherwise, I just kind of avoid it. Another reason I like to go ahead and look at the trends before I go out and go shopping for my wardrobe is that it'll give me a heads up as to what I can expect to find out in the, fashion jungle out there. Have you ever had a shopping trip where you were trying to find something and you just had absolutely no luck? You actually couldn't really find anything you liked at all. It might have been because you didn't take into account what's out on the market right now. It's really helpful actually, because you can take a look at the trends that would work with you, maybe keep some things in mind that you can look out for based on those those fashion elements. And then you're probably going to have a lot more success finding what you want and what you need. And then shopping's fun, and you don't completely hate the experience. So yeah, just it's helpful to think about. And besides that, having looking at trends can give you a little inspiration to try something new, or perk up your wardrobe in a new way, try a new style, something that you actually like. So yeah, trends often get a bad rap, but I think they're kind of fun. Okay, so some of the trends that I tried to embrace this fall were jewel tones. You'll see a lot of jewel tones in the clothing behind me, as well as like textures. Like I really like this lace texture. I think it looks really beautiful, and if done right, can look very classy. I also like the satiny material because it's so soft and smooth on my skin, and I love it. I love wearing satin so much. I also like the leather texture. I'm not one for like leather on leather on leather. That's just not my thing, and it looks over the top. Also, I live in California, so it gets quite warm. So a nice little leather jacket. It's actually suede leather, but it's so nice, and it smells really good. I love the scent of leather. And then another trend that I really loved is these long hems. I remember when I was like in junior high, like duster jackets were like all the rage, and so this totally reminds me of that. They were, I think, the dusters that I wore when I was younger, they were hooded, but and this one's not. This is just such a nice basic one, and I got it in a neutral khaki color, so I can wear it with everything, and it kind of doubles as a jacket, and it's great to wear around the office because my office is always cold. So yeah, I really like that. And the long hem I think it makes everything look a little more elegant, and it's beautiful. Great trends. Oh, and one more that I have. Excuse me. Where I don't know if it's quite what they meant, but I love pendants. And so when I saw that chunky jewelry was trending, I thought to myself, well, I should do some chunky kind of pendants. And I love to do the stone pendants, because especially in the fall, it's so earthy and feels so elemental. I really love it, and I think it's so fitting for the season, and it goes with a lot of just my general vibe. So those are some of the trends that I liked, but obviously pick your own, pick what suits your style. So the last element that I want to talk about today is color. In my mind, color can make or break your wardrobe. You can have the most well thought out basics, be on point with your trends, having them suit your style, and just really working them well, and everything can fit and everything's great. But if you don't have the color there, you're gonna be like, it's such an easy way to make yourself look washed out, or just not your best if you don't choose colors wisely. And I kind of want to do a whole nother video on color theory and things like that, because I've always been so interested in that topic. But for the sake of time, we'll just talk about color in relation to a fall wardrobe, and specifically fall 2019 wardrobe. Like I said, jewel tones were trending, so I jumped right on that because I love jewel tones. They look good on most people, to be honest, and they're so rich and they just speak to the season. So, why wouldn't you wear them? I tried to work them into the neutrals that I have in my wardrobe, which is, a lot of browns and khakis and creams and whites, and navy as well. So, jewel tones actually pair really nicely with those colors naturally. But specifically, I wanted to incorporate the kind of ruby red wine, red amethyst color. And because that goes really nicely with the browns and the creams and the khakis. It just fits perfectly. So you'll notice that a lot of the stuff that I have, again, like this lace top and the satin top, are red. I have some accessories and all kinds of jewel tones, but this red pashmina is like one of my go-tos. I also have red mini skirt, and some, red wine colored jeans, and so these all kind of go with the basics that I have, and they can help me give a little more life to my wardrobe. So I kind of monopolized on the reds this season, but the nice thing about jewel tones is they're all in the same color family, so you can pair them pretty easily with one another. And a really great way to work in new colors, or just that one-off color that you really like but doesn't necessarily go with everything in your closet, is to work it in through an accessory. And so I'm totally a scarf person, so the scarves work really well for that. You'll see I have like these kind of purple amethysty blend of colors here. There's this like really deep, vibrant orange, and also this like kind of emerald and sapphire blue colors in this scarf. They actually pair surprisingly well with these reds, and it looks really beautiful together. And I absolutely love it because it has kind of this rich sort of romantic look to the wardrobe when I pair those things. So it works really well. So just find whatever works best for you and your personal style, your own coloring, and just how you like to feel at the end of the day. So I think that's pretty much it as far as the elements go. I mean, overall, like I said, I try to aim for a sort of romantic look to my wardrobe this fall and winter, and I think I've done a pretty good job. It's not like super dramatic that it's not wearable anywhere. So there's that. It's well tempered, and I'm really happy with how everything looks. So there you have it. As far as shopping goes, I didn't go out and buy all this stuff brand new. Like you should try to work with stuff you already have, so you don't have to, spend an arm and a leg to try to, revamp your wardrobe. However, if you are needing to buy a lot of stuff, some things to keep in mind are to, number one, check out Goodwill. I especially like to check out Goodwill for trendy stuff because a lot of, everyone knows trends get recycled and recycled. So you might as well go buy your grandma's chunky necklace for, 5 cents at the Goodwill, and rather than spending $50 on a cheaper, poorly made version of it in Target, So check out Goodwill for some of those statement pieces that you maybe don't necessarily want to invest a lot of money in because it's not something you're going to wear a ton, but it's still a cool piece, right? So a good example of it that I have, this skirt, I found it at Goodwill for like $5. It fits super well. It's really well made, and it kind of goes along with that moody floral. My husband jokes around with me and told me that it kind of looks like his grandma's sofa. I don't care. I wear it with this this turtleneck and some booties, and it looked bomb yesterday, so I was very happy about that. So in addition to Goodwill, I also like to go shopping on Amazon because, well, for a lot of reasons, but I don't like to go shopping just anywhere on Amazon. I have my brands that I've spent years cultivating and learning learning the hard way which brands I like and which ones I don't. So I'm going to showcase those for you right now. First piece that I'd like to show you is this beautiful, gorgeous lace top that I've been flashing around the whole video. It's from PattyBoutik. I've been buying stuff from that brand for years. I find that it's a great brand for dresses and also really beautiful blouses. They have some kind of sexier stuff, but there's plenty of stuff that's, you know, work appropriate, and I feel like it fits the curvature, like very feminine curvature, really well, which can sometimes be challenging to find. People think, oh, it's so easy to dress an hourglass. It's really not. a lot of cuts, especially these days, are like straighter, more narrow cuts, which look really great on some people, but they don't work with everybody. And I just find that this brand really works with feminine curvature. So yeah, I really appreciate that, and we'll get the full 360. But yeah, it's not like itchy lace or anything. All of the clothes are usually like really soft and well made and stand the test of time, and they're true to size. So I highly recommend PattyBoutik. So another brand that I've recently become acquainted with is this brand called Grace Karin. A lot of really cute sweaters from that brand, and I just ordered this sweater for this fall season. Who doesn't like? You can't have enough sweaters in the fall. I don't care where you live. Sweaters and fall just, they go together. They're like soulmates. But anyway, I love this because the fit is perfect. The quality is nice, and the colors were true to what I saw online. I mean, sometimes there can be a little bit of a disparity, but the colors were spot on, and the fit is it's so perfect. It's relaxed without looking frumpy, which can be hard to do sometimes. So yeah, I just love this silhouette. The color blocking is fun, and this like kind of goldy portion has like a little bit of sparkle in it, and you know, I love my sparkle, so it's just the right touch, and I can wear it through fall and like the holiday season in the winter time. So so really excited about this brand too. All right, and this next outfit, I guess, is kind of a twofer. I just wanted to show you one of the basics that I bought. This is from a brand called Made by Johnny, and I actually really love all these basics because they're always super soft. They stand up pretty well in the wash, and there's so many colors. Like, I really appreciate the color selection from that brand. And yeah, and it's nice because they're great for layering because they're thin without being sheer, but you won't get too hot. And then on top we have the beautiful duster sweater with the long hem, very on trend, but also just a very classic looking piece. This is from a brand called Cielo, and yeah, it's very soft, has just the right amount of stretch. I believe the clothing is designed in California. So anyway, really great foundational pieces, and they also pair with some of those more trendy pieces as well. And last but not least, we have this gorgeous dress from Lark Ro. I believe Lark Ro is a preferred brand on Amazon. They have just really beautiful dresses, especially. I think I pretty much always order dresses, but the dresses are really high quality. They fit well, and they always have really like gorgeous patterns and colors available. So that's something I really appreciate. And the thing that's really cool about this brand is that when you hop on to like select your size and stuff, they'll actually take you through like a whole series of questions, like what's your height, what's your weight, what's your build, things like that kind of take into account the nuances of sizing, so you're more likely to get a piece of clothing that fits you well the first time and not the second or third time. So that's awesome. I think more brands should do that, actually. So that's Lark Ro, and yeah, I highly recommend them. Okay, so those are all the tips and tricks that I have for you today for assembling a fall/winter wardrobe. Hopefully it'll be the fall and winter wardrobe of your dreams. Just remember to keep in mind the basics, the trends, and the color scheme. If you keep those things in mind when you're out shopping, it'll probably be a less stressful experience, a lot less overwhelming, and you'll be able to cultivate a wardrobe that you enjoy wearing and that suits your lifestyle. If you're interested in the brands that I mentioned, I have provided links below so you can check them out. And if you like this video, hit like or subscribe, and we'll be back at you with some more fun fashion content. But in the meantime, stay flirty.